once again time for the 10 before the 10. Jordyn, if they don't already know, what is the 10 before the 10?
Especially that we've had 2 episodes, so this is our 3rd.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, so every 10 minutes before our 10 o'clock show on the CW, we're going to sit here, like we have been the past couple of weeks, and just talk about different topics. The first week we talked about just personal, who we are, asked each other some really fun questions, embarrassing questions.
A little bit embarrassing.
And then we also, last week we discussed, newsy words. So
yes, the weird terms that we use that people might be a little bit confused about. But what are we talking about this week?
So actually we're talking about our schedules, or like what do we do on a day-to-day basis, because someone actually commented that question and we very much appreciate it.
So if you have a question or something you've always wanted to know about the news industry, something you want us to talk about, whatever it is, just feel free to drop it in the comments, because if we see it and we like it, we'll definitely end up talking about it.
And we want you guys to give us comments. We don't actually want to come up with our own stuff.
Yeah. It's more fun when you tell us what you want to see. But, okay, so talking about schedules. You want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
Well, before you hear it, everybody has a crazy schedule in news.
That's true. There is no perfect schedule.
Except for, I think the engineers might have a really good
They
schedule.
do. They have a pretty set time they have to be here. But if you're on the news side of things, it's not your typical 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does your day look like, Jordyn?
So it actually changes. So obviously we're on air on the weekend, so our weekend schedule is different than our weekday schedule. And I work midweek through the weekend. So I have a more easier to deal with schedule during the weekend, I guess, in terms of sleep.
Yeah, that switching back and forth is not the most fun thing.
Not that it's hard to wake up for this shift, but it's hard to stay up, it feels like, so.
Yeah, that's true. So you'll see me reporting Monday through Wednesday, and then on the weekends, Jordyn and I are basically flip-flop, and then on the weekends, I'm on the desk, in the evenings with Jordyn. But during the week, what are you doing? Like, what are you kind of putting together so they know, like, kind of what you're working on behind the scenes?
Okay, so during the week, I am a digital meteorologist, so that means I'm posting to social media, I'm making graphics for our shows, essentially, and most of all, I work on my workly piece of What's Up Weather with Jordyn.
Yeah, and Jordyn is incredible at graphics. The graphics that start this little show and end this show, she made both of them, and they always crack me up. It's so simple to do, but like you're really good at it. Yeah, that's one of her hidden talents. She's really good at that. But so then during the week, I am full on reporting. So that means wake up. My day starts with pitching my story idea to my news director, my executive producer, and our team of reporters that you see all the time. We talk about what stories we're going to cover that day, what stories we think are important. You know, that comes from you guys emailing us and letting us know what's going on in your community. It comes from the things that we've seen, the people we've talked to, all that kind of thing. So we pitch those stories, and then we'll get the green light on maybe 1 or 2 of them in our day. And then we go out. And then the big challenge, getting someone to call us back. The biggest challenge in our day. So then I will go out, and it could be anywhere. It could be right here in Greenville. I'm in Craven County a lot, sometimes Pamlico County, but I mean, some of our reporters go as far north past Bertie, or they're going so far south to Onslow, even sometimes dipping into like Pender County. But we'll go a lot of places, that's for sure. But I am a lot more mobile during the week. Jordyn is more so...
Both very not mobile.
Very not mobile. Chilling inside the building.
I'm in here.
She's hanging out inside. Yeah. Which I envy, because sometimes I would like to just sit inside.
Well, sometimes I'd like to leave.
We should just drink this for the day. No, but I mean, getting to go out and like just move around is fun. Like it makes the job seem not as sometimes crazy and stressful like you can make it seem in your mind. Because the deadlines are hard. I mean, you guys know the show comes on at 5. So your story's got to be done by 5. That's a hard deadline. And that was something that was difficult for me. Ooh, my phone's about to fall. When I first started, was making sure that I could get all this stuff in by 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I don't know if your graphics are, I mean, you guys have a show too when you're working on graphics and stuff behind the scenes. That's a hard deadline.
Right.
Yeah, so a little bit different. But then on the weekends, I get to stay in the building and I don't leave because I have to be on the desk. Yeah. So, and the weekends, or let's go back, step back. Weekdays, 9 to 6:30-ish. And then weekends, afternoon till late at night. Because y'all know if you've ever joined us on a late night, when there's a football game that runs over on a Sunday.
What's the latest we've ever went? 12:30?
We went on at 12:15 or 12:30 one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the sporting events do push us back. Like earlier today, we were pushed back because of golf.
Right.
But obviously you guys want to see the sports, so we're going to show you the sports.
I actually wasn't here that weekend we went that late.
Oh, I don't know if you were or not. I don't know, it's all
I
a
missed
blur.
that lucky occurrence.
When you stay up until past 12:30, it all blurs together.
As soon as you hear after our 10 o'clock on the CW, we're not starting on time, and you're like, dang it!
Our director, Scotty, will come in our ear because obviously the CW is a different channel than CBS. Right. We're on both. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the time, the CW programming that's set in stone. You know, like that's going to happen at 10. But CBS shows sports or football, golf, all kinds of sports, and that just, when that goes late, it pushes everything back. So after the 10 will finish up, then Scotty, our director, will come into our ear and he'll say, hey, guess what? We're not going until 12:15. And Jordyn and I are like, what? 12:15? Come on. But
Scotty told me one time, he's like, I'm always afraid to tell you when we're going on late. Because I'm always like, dang it, Scotty.
it's part of the job. You know, like the news has to go on. People need to know what's going on. So if it's 12:30, if it's 11 o'clock, we're going to be there no matter what. So we hope that you guys will also be there with us. If we're staying up till 12:15, 12:30.
I guess another moral of the story, though, is if you always want your news, the 10 o'clock is on at 10 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday.
Every day. Monday through Saturday. Well, Sunday through Saturday, whatever. 7 days a week. It's always on at 10 o'clock.
No shifting that one. So.
Yeah, that's pretty steady. And the weekdays, they most of the time are the same, unless there's some kind of historic event happening. Like this past week, it was the impeachment trial happening in the Senate. So we were kind of in and out with whether or not that was coming on our show. And that does stink sometimes when we don't get to go on, but we don't really have a lot of control over that, over that programming. But
I do want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What is the very first, even if it's so small, I'm talking like the first thing you do right when you get to work?
Like on the weekend?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I sit down.
Okay.
Well, first I get water. First I fill my water bottle. I come in, I set my 8 million bags down. I get my water bottle. I will normally talk to our digital content weekend producer, Kelsey O'Donnell. She also does sports during the week, but I talk to her. And then I log in and I pull up a bunch of different news websites. I pull up ours to see what's on our homepage, other stations in our area, and other stations across the state, just to like get a feel for what's going on. And then I kind of go from there.
Gotcha.
How about you?
I grab my coffee.
The coffee's first.
And I sit down.
Jordyn is dehydrating while I'm hydrating.
I sit down and I drink it before it gets cold.
Well, I'd never sit down long enough to drink it when it's warm. That's why those Yeti traveling coffee mugs are like my savior, because it keeps it warm for so long.
Yeah, especially in that. Well, I'm pointing towards the studio, especially in the studio.
Oh, yeah, it's cold in there. Okay, so you get your coffee, you sit down. What do you work on first?
So usually during the week, Alex is there and we'll talk about the weather or just news events because it's just the beginning of, it's the beginning of my day. Yeah. It's the end of Alex's day, so he'll tell me about everything he did this morning.
All the crazy weather patterns, what's going on,
And then I try to get it, as soon as I get there, I try to write a script because I hate writing scripts.
Really?
What's up weather?
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
So that's my least favorite part.
Grind that out really quick.
I'm like, all right, just get one done today and then graphics.
And then you're good to go for the rest of the day. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, I like writing. That's one of my favorite parts of the day, but there's a bit of a difference between what I do and what I do every day too. Well, that is about our time. We have to go and prepare for a show at 10 o'clock on the CW. Well, we'll see you all there, as always. Make sure to drop a comment. Tell us something you want us to talk about.
Anything.
Really anything. We're here. We're open books, and we appreciate you all watching. So we'll see you soon.